So I'm going to call to order the joint regular meeting of the Murphy Creek Metropolitan Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we turn to our council and ask Jennifer, do we have quorums for the 4 districts? Have all the qualifications and disclosures been filed with the Secretary of State for this meeting?
They have.
Good. So we have the agenda. Agendas are available on the desk for anybody who wants them. We are now on item number 4, which is called public comment for items not on the agenda. So I'm going to point out to the public who is here that we have an item on the agenda, number 6, that deals with the prairie dog issue. So at this juncture, does anybody want to address the board regarding items not on the agenda, which includes the prairie dog issue? We've got a list of people. So for instance, there are boxes checked under public comment that they want to speak. And the first one that we have is Josh Reddell, or Riddell. I apologize in advance. Would you like to address the board for an item not on the agenda? Please come forward.
Including the prairie dog issue, the one thing that I would like to say is I'd like to just get some clarity as to if the board has made a decision as to whether or not something's going to be
That's
done.
out of order right now because you're discussing an item that is on the agenda, and that's not the point where we're discussing right now. So we're not going to discuss that. Do you have another issue you'd like to address to the board on something that's not on the agenda?
No.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's move on. We have also Michaela Eichmann, or Eichmann, I apologize.
I'm here with the prairie dog issues.
Thank you. Next, we have Sandy Nurvik.
Nervik, yeah, same for the prairie dog
Thank
issue.
you. Okay. Gina Wright,
Ritz, and I'm here for the prairie dogs.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Dennis Lyon. I've been a resident of Murphy Creek since 2004. And I've been on this Metro District Board for about 8 years. In looking back, a decision was made at the September 30th Murphy Creek Metro District meeting to have staff initiate a contract with a contractor to eliminate the encroachment and subsequent damage to district property caused by prairie dogs at a cost not to exceed $10,000. The prairie dogs were to be exterminated by a contractor, and Ms. White was to investigate the humane options available when exterminating prairie dogs. Ms. White instead proposed an alternative option to extermination. My initial response to Ms. White caused staff to be unclear on how they were to proceed with the decision made at the September 30th meeting. I would like at this time to apologize to the staff for creating the confusion on this issue. To clarify my position regarding prairie dog colony encroachment and subsequent damage to Murphy Creek Metro District property, I submit the following. As a Murphy Creek Metro District Director and Trustee, I have a responsibility and a fiduciary obligation to the resident citizens of Murphy Creek to ensure district property is managed in accordance with the laws of the state of Colorado and the city of Aurora. It is also my responsibility to ensure Murphy Creek Metro District property is maintained professionally and cost effectively. All of my decisions and recommendations as a Murphy Creek board member are made to the best of my ability in the best interest of the citizen residents of the Murphy Creek community, which is many of you here. After serious consideration, it is my position that, and it is my opinion, that a prairie dog colony on Murphy Creek Metro District property is not compatible with our residential community. There are concerns with a colony's damage to district property, our community's value, human safety from accidents caused by holes, and potential human health concerns from disease sometimes found in prairie dog colonies. As a result of these issues and, very important, Metro District financial limitations, it is my position and recommendation that prairie dogs which are encroaching on Murphy Creek Metro District property should be exterminated and removed via legal methods approved by the state of Colorado and the city of Aurora. This should be accomplished quickly and cost effectively by an independent licensed contractor. Staff should begin working immediately on an official contract to be approved by the Metro District Legal Consultant. At the chair's discretion, I am prepared to make a motion that staff should immediately begin working with legal counsel to formalize a contract with a licensed contractor to exterminate all prairie dogs located on Metro District property in a cost-effective manner not to exceed $10,000. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome. Dennis, thank you for your participation and comments. For members of the public, Dennis is a very valuable member of this board because he has had a lot of experience. Dennis, you may know, is a retired golf director of the city of Aurora, managed this golf course that was built. Dennis is also an appointee by the City Council of Aurora to the Planning Commission and has been a very active board member on these districts for many, many years. So is this a motion that you are prepared to make right now?
I'm prepared to make a motion.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, it is my motion for staff to immediately work with legal counsel to initiate and finalize a contract with a licensed contractor to exterminate all prairie dogs located on Murphy Creek Metro District property in a cost-effective manner not to exceed $10,000.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. There's a motion and a second on this motion. Is there discussion amongst the board? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries.
Please, give us an opportunity to save this colony. We're talking about 4 feet of green grass in your entry area. We can passively relocate them, move them back so no one has to see them. Why kill them? May I just read this to you, please?
Would you stop talking for a minute?
No, I actually won't.
No, you will please stop
I won't
talking.
because we must fight against the spirit of unconscious cruelty with which we treat animals. Animals suffer as much as we do. True humanity does not allow us to impose such suffering on them. It is our duty to make the whole world recognize it. Until we extend our circle of compassion to all living beings, humanity will not find peace, and that's Albert Schweitzer. 100,000 signatures. This is not going to cost you any money. Please, take your environmental stewardship seriously. Your moral compass.
Discussion right now. There's no other discussion, but petitions will be received by the board. They will be within the public records of the city. This meeting is now adjourned. We will take a 5-minute break and then we will start the HOA meeting shortly. Thank you.
Public comment on the prairie dogs being heard. You took public comment on the pool for about 20 minutes. Are we going to have a chance to speak? You know that people were here to speak on the prairie dogs. Dennis, do you know when we're going to have a chance to be heard? I know that you were able to be heard, and you represent us as a whole, correct, in your community, and I think the community is here to voice, and experts are here to talk about why the prairie dogs are a valuable resource to our community. And they're a keystone species. You kill and poison the prairie dogs, you're poisoning the rabbits, the hawks, the coyotes, and every other species that lives off of them. And I don't understand why public comment.
Apparently they want to alienate the neighbors.
They really do.
That's their preemptive strike.
I've been on HOA boards before, and I've never seen such disrespect for community members in my life.
They don't want to hear from their neighbors.
And you knew that we were here to speak about the
Right.
prairie dogs.
And they were misleading and deceptive, right, Mike? Right, Mike? Misleading and deceptive.
And I don't know what harm the prairie dogs are causing. They're nowhere near the golf course, yet there's been an approval just to poison without public comment, but yet there was 20-minute discussion about when a 2-week opening of the pool should be. And that's just kind of where I'm confused. And these are all of our prairie dogs, not just Dennis's decision to decide how these animals should be treated. When they're poisoned to death, it's a 5-day brutal bleed out of every animal and species that comes in contact with that poisoning. There's never been a documentation of a human being harmed on a prairie dog colony, but yet there has been documentation of them being poisoned and harmed by what we're putting in our environment because we're killing these innocent animals. I don't understand. If this was on the agenda and a part of it, why we didn't have an opportunity to speak our voices and be heard. But Dennis, who's very respected, was. You could Google me, I'm respected too. But I apparently don't have any say in what happens to these innocent animals that do not have a voice. I don't know how y'all deal with this board. I really don't. I'm not from here, but these are all of our animals. Well, then you need to run. There's 2 positions. You guys got to take over this board because this is unbelievable. The lack of respect that you all are being represented and treated by. And you need to get on the board too. Go take over these positions. This is unbelievable.
So you don't live here?
I don't, but this is all of our animals. These are all of our wildlife.
Well, guess what? I lived in Aurora for 12.5 years, and I visited to see 95% of all the prairie dogs in Aurora killed. So this is bullshit. You think this doesn't affect you and me and the whole world. You're killing an endangered species is what you're doing, and you're feeling really good about it, aren't you? Yeah, I hope you do feel good about all the killing.
City down, why is it different for
Yeah, when she dies, of the bubonic plague.
Oh, that's bullshit. Hey, Dennis, bravo. Well done, Dennis. Well done.
You need to go.
I'm leaving.
I don't know you're not. You need to go.
All right, I'm leaving.
You need to go.
With my friend Michelle, who you lost.
Do you want to escort me? Am I dangerous? Get happy down.
Andy, you can leave it right here.
Yeah. Sit there, I'll make sure the board gets it.
Will you make
I
sure
will do
of
it. Well,
this?
stand there and watch. I will
Okay,
hand it
we
right
got
to
it.
him.
Thank you.
Mr. Sheldon?
Yes, would you please put those petitions right here, and they will be received accordingly. Margie, I can't hear you.
I apologize, but I'll tell you what I